hello. A little while, isn't it?
I know, that's the thing. I always think, like, how am I supposed to answer that? Because I never do. Like, do you get do you get many phone calls these days? Because no one ever calls me.
Of course I do. Yeah, work and that.
Everything's by email where I work. So
you don't talk to each other on the phone. But you can't do everything on email. For starters, emails are fucking nonsense when it comes to judging tone and all that sort of stuff.
It's true, but then also everything else is on Teams. You know, it's all like video calls constantly. So, you know, we don't use the phone anymore. Really.
Never one-on-one.
What do you mean?
Well, no one rings you up and says, James, can you get this sorted by the end of the day? Or
never. They just call me on Teams.
Can you send over video? Wow, I'd hate that.
Yeah, it's very irritating, honestly.
Yeah, because it feels like when you're doing Teams and stuff, it's like a whole setup. Like even these calls, because we have to use Skype. It's like, James, are you on your computer and are you ready to receive a Skype call? It's like, it's just so annoying. I wish I could just ring you up and then it saves it and publishes that phone call.
It would be easier. And also, I mean, Teams is rubbish. We don't need to get into this because it's
we don't
pointless.
Do it. It's been a long time since we last had a chat.
About at least 2 weeks.
No, it has. It's been longer than that. It was 2 weeks ago we announced this thing. So I think it's 3 weeks since my last call.
Yeah.
Which is quite long considering we've been calling each other every week for the past 6 months.
I mean, this has come sooner than I was expecting, honestly. I thought it was going to be a bit... I don't know, I thought you were going to leave it a bit longer.
Well, I noticed that because old habits die hard. 3 weeks off. Yeah. And the first time I say, let's record a podcast, you were like, no, tomorrow, not doing it tonight.
Look, I had things to do.
That's fine. You didn't even give me an excuse, though. That was the worst bit about that.
Why do I
said, because we're mates and we're supposed to be doing this and you didn't want to do it. You could have gone, hey, I'm doing something. Were you on a promise, James?
See, this is one of the things that, honestly, I prefer... Shut up. This is one of those things that I prefer about Germany, honestly. Well, because the thing is, like in the UK, if you don't want to do something...
Are you doing a Marvel calls with a German person and they don't kick off when you say, I can't be fucked tonight? Is that what's going on?
In the UK, if you say you don't want to do something, you always have to give some reason. Like, even if it's ridiculous, you always have to give some reason why you don't want to do something. Common courtesy,
yeah.
Well, in Germany, you don't have to do that. If somebody invites you to a party and you don't want to go, you just say no. And then no one asks you any questions.
Right, okay, but you're saying that's better?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It means you haven't got to say things. It's much easier.
Right, okay. That's fine if you want to get out of a party, James. But we're doing this together. We're supposed to be doing a podcast together.
I know, but I said,
Saturday, let's record tomorrow night. And then you said, I need to check. Right? And then the next day you turn around and went, what was your text? It was so fucking rude. It was so unbelievably rude, even for you.
Not.
Right, so here we go. So you said, not sure, need to ask. Right, that was at 1 PM on Friday, yeah? And then yesterday at midday, so 23 hours later, you said, it's a no for tonight, by the way. Not even by the way, BTW.
What's wrong with that?
That was it.
It's succinct to the point.
What were you doing?
I just had things to do.
What did you have to do?
It's none of your business. Just things to do.
I want to know what you did. I want to know what you're up to.
No, I'm not saying...
What's more important than this? This is work. This is essentially work, James.
I know. But then also, we didn't agree that we had to do it on Saturday. It's just,
We've always done it on Saturdays. I've always watched them on Friday and done them on Saturdays, and every fucking week you try and get out of it. Every week.
It's a Saturday night, isn't it?
Even the Endgame one you tried to get out of. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, but you just want to do Saturday night, and it's a night off. It's a nice night.
It's not a night off, though, James, because it's not a night off for me. I'm in the same situation, mate.
Exactly. So you should be understanding, It's
understanding. Fine. I'm willing to put the effort in, James. I'm willing to put the effort in. Anyway, a lot has happened since that last call, hasn't it? The world now knows about Marvel calls, and that was genuinely one of the best moments of my life.
It was cool, wasn't it? I enjoyed that.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Showing off the trailer, sitting next to each other, 150 fans watching, them getting the trailer, instantly. Like, the moment from the creators of Dark Calls come up, everyone got it. And then everyone went quiet when I started going, I've never seen a film from the Marvel cinema, and then everyone started cheering. And it was so. What was really strange when I watched that back? Have you watched it back, the reveal?
Yeah, I've watched bits of it. Yeah, well, yeah, I've watched that. Yeah.
No, that specific bit. Like, have you watched that? Like, how many times have you watched it?
About 2 or 3 times.
Really? Like, honestly, truthfully.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I think I've watched it about 50. And I love it so much. And what's amazing about that is that you can't look at anyone. Have you noticed that about you?
Yes, I know. I purposefully did that. I felt very uncomfortable.
Why?
Honestly. But I don't know, and also, this is the other thing. When we revealed that, now I have the fear. Because the thing is, right, when we were recording all this, this has just been anonymous. It's been going on for months. I've enjoyed that fact, actually, that it's just been us, dealing with it, because it's been less, no hassle and all that kind of thing. And then I suddenly realised, like, when it went live, that, oh shit, everyone's going to hear this now, and they're going to start having a go at me. Like the whole time.
The first question in the Q&A that we had at the end of the show, the live show, was, do you know what you've let yourself in for?
Yeah, and at that point, I was beginning to realise, I was like, oh no, this was maybe a terrible idea.
I've already had like loads of people like messaging saying, oh, someone said, I really hope you like Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It's my favourite one. I'll be devastated if he doesn't like that. And I just almost put in there, look, don't listen to that episode. Please don't listen to that episode.
I've read a couple of things like that where I've been thinking, oh no, like that's.
Yeah, what were the ones that? But they were really raving about, and they were saying, I really hope that I like. It was that one, and there was another one that I didn't. Oh, I really like the Ant-Man one. Someone put, and I thought, not only did I not like them that much, we didn't give them the respect that we gave some of the other.
No, we kept on calling him Rudd and all this like the whole time. It's terrible.
It's mad. And it's weird, is that now we're going to talk about, like, I've got to tell you, I am so hot. This is that mini heat wave that happened like 6 months ago. We're like in that mini heat wave now, and I am sweating already.
Really?
So, mate.
I'm pretty happy.
Over there?
It's about 19 degrees. I was fine.
You're kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. It's great.
Is it not going to kick off later in the week?
The hottest it's going to get is 28, according to my thing.
41 over here.
Yeah, that's not too
good. Right, okay. Maybe it's God punishing us for being fucking polite to one another. Hey, yeah.
Must be that, yeah.
Right. Should we talk about Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah, and it's funny because, so I rewatched this last night, actually. This was one of the things I did last night. Yeah, so
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Do you not like this one?
No, I do. I mean, I actually really like this one. I think it's significantly better than the first one.
Wait. Oh, that's why you went coy. You watched this last night when you couldn't podcast.
Well, I had other things I was doing as well, but this is one of the things I did last night. I'm not talking to you about that.
This is like a 2-hour. This is a 2-hour film.
I didn't watch it all last night. I watched an hour of it last night, and then the rest of it this morning.
Why didn't you watch this on Friday, and then we could have recorded last night?
Because I had to do a stream on Friday, David.
No one cares about your stream. About 8 people watch it.
That's the thing. I have to do things as well. It's just this stuff has to be done.
I streamed last night. It wasn't a very good stream. I'm so curious about what you've been up to. Like, I'm obsessed about what you've been up to now. It's literally all I can think about. Like, what were you up to?
You're never going to find out. So
like you've agreed to go to a swingers club or something. Like, that's what's in my head. That's what I think you're up to.
It's not that. Definitely not that.
Okay. Right. Super excited is what I've written. A break has done us the world of good, I think. And I think it had. I think, man, we were getting burnt out on Marvel stuff. There is no doubt about that. It was getting tough listening to Marvel, watching Marvel every week. And, we still got a lot out of it, but a break really helps. And, I was thinking Spider-Man. I've got time for Tom Holland. I didn't particularly like his first Spider-Man film, but let's see how this one pans out. I'm willing to get into it. Well, you sound like you were going to ask that.
No, I'm curious. I can't read you on this one. This one I found quite difficult because normally I feel like I can tell, how you're going to react to something. But this one I can't. I'm just not sure.
Is there a couple of things in your head that you think I've got a problem with?
Yes. There's one big thing I think you've got a problem with.
Okay. Let's go through the notes. But as the film was loaded up, because we watched this on Blu-ray, Thank you to James Beckley for lending us the Blu-ray on this one. We watched this on a Blu-ray. As the Blu-ray was loading up, you never guess what Harry said.
This is slow and rubbish. But
no, he said, "I think Tom Holland is the best actor in the world." Just come out with that, like that. I was like, okay, all right. I don't know why.
That's quite a statement.
Yeah, I know. In the world. I mean, he's good, but okay. Nick Fury with someone else. I asked who it was, and Harry said his friend. So that was it. Have we met this character that was with Nick Fury before?
Yes, we have, yeah.
Who is it?
It's, what's the name? It's Agent Hill or whatever.
Yeah, she was up in the spaceship, right? Like when she was in the flying the invisible. Right, I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay, it was hot. Jake Gyllenhaal seems to be a new superhero. Fights a rock man. Cut to the Marvel Studio logo. Right. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. That was the intro. I didn't know who I'm assuming we were supposed to know who this superhero was, right?
No. Well, okay. Obviously, if you've ever read any comics or whatever, you'd know. But
that's what I'm talking about.
It's not been. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
But this specific character though has never been in a film.
Like, I understand that. I'm fascinated to find out about more about him, and I warn you, in these notes I say stuff that gets resolved later, so let's try and not to jump ahead, right?
The best way to deal with that then, if there's stuff that doesn't get resolved, just say something like, what was all that about then, and then I can explain, maybe.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask you questions, right? In the in memorial video at the start, the bad editing is so spot on here, and it's very funny. That whole intro, right? It's weird. I know that the Spider-Man films have like a very distinct style compared to all the others, right?
Yeah.
It does feel separate, a little bit like Guardians, you know. And the whole high school silly shit, almost Nickelodeon stuff that's in this film. It's nailed here, and I didn't think they nailed it in the last film. But here, this stuff with the whole, the whole intro where they're talking about, they took the very serious idea of people dying and going away for 5 years and coming back, and they made it funny. Do you know what I mean? They made it a comedy.
What was so good about that as well, though, is that at the beginning where they showed that, they had like the whole it felt. At the start, I thought, "Is this when I first saw it? Is this like a Marvel thing where they're trying to actually pay tribute?" But this is kind of rubbish, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So did I. Yeah, exactly that.
But then it's it's the kids.
Yeah, that's the kids, right? Yeah, showing the school band coming back during the game. This is pretty great. I'm older than my big brother. So, well, the presenter says, Harry. This is a quote from Harry. So I guess Banner is the smartest person in the world now. His mind works in amazing ways. That's what he was thinking at during this.
Okay.
Bruce Banner's the most intelligent person in the world. That's where
because Tony's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of Tony Stark in this film, isn't there?
There is, yeah, there really is. But that's intentional, isn't it? Because it's part of the thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it was unintentional, they really fucked up, didn't they? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We didn't want him in it, and he's in it loads. How did this happen? I don't know. Spider-Man being awkward.
Putting those pictures up.
Spider-Man being awkward at some dinner thing. Here's Happy. Is he being lined up with Aunt May? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Again, jumped ahead there.
Yeah.
Jumped ahead a little bit there, but I mean, it was obvious from the start, wasn't it? So
it was obvious in the last film.
Yeah,
he was really? All over it. Well, he was. Yeah, he was.
But so was Tony.
Yeah.
Even though Tony he was with Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts. I know he's with Pepper Potts. But,
Pepper Potts. And Happy, I didn't know Happy was being lined up in the last movie with Aunt May, but okay. All right, I'm okay with that.
There was an forget it.
Ghosting Nick Fury, and it totally looked like he was going to walk out with his mask on, his mask off.
That's what I thought was going to happen as well.
Yeah, that was really strange, wasn't it, the way they did that?
Yeah.
Do you think that was intentional? It must have been.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Because people are sitting there thinking, put your mask on.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And then you realise that actually he was just going from that room to backstage, and then he put his mask on just as he was going on stage. But yeah, the whole ghosting Nick Fury thing, I love that. I love that. Like how outraged they were that like Peter Parker didn't want to talk to Nick Fury.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought that was a really good, funny, long-running joke in this, right? Ha ha ha. I thought you could sense that with your Peter Tingle. Yeah. Again, this is another reoccurring joke that cracked me up every time I heard it. It shouldn't do because it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It also goes
back. Because it goes back to the old Spider-Man stuff. My spider sense is tingling and all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, I know what the spider sense is, right, mainly from like the games that I played, right? But the fact that they're calling it as Peter Tingle that just made me laugh so much every time they said it for some reason.
Yeah.
You're all right tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just had a coughing fit, all right? Just get on with it.
Okay. Why has Peter got a triangle equation on his T-shirt, James?
I don't know. Why is he?
That was weird. Out of all the things they could have had him in, I assume there was a reason for it, but...
I thought it was like wasn't it a graph? I thought it was.
No, it was a triangle, and it said, like, look for X or something, and then it gave a distance between two sides, and then an X on the other one. I wonder if it's like added up to.
I'm sure it's got some. It's probably got some meaning in it somehow.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for being my guide through the Marvel universe, James. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm just having a look to see if it has.
Okay.
Keep going on. I'll see if it does.
So this is where we first heard the expression "blipped." Being blipped is what they're going with in this film, James.
Yes, it was the blip.
Right, okay. Are you not listening? You're not listening, are you? You're just still Googling?
I'm Googling.
Right, I'll wait then. Let's wait.
Okay, so what shirt does Peter Parker wear in Far From Home? Okay. It doesn't. I don't think it has any significance. Okay. I mean, again, tweet me.
At JCA Farley, let him know. Yeah. It's not significant, that shirt that he's got with the triangle.
You can buy it. I mean, you can buy the T-shirt.
What's it say on it?
It says, find X. And then it's got okay, right. So the comedy is that it's one of those T-shirts that says "Find X," and then it's like someone circled round the X and written "I found it" on there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a comedy T-shirt. I don't think it has any.
What are your thoughts on comedy T-shirts, James?
I don't usually wear them actually.
Have you ever worn one? And if so, what did it say?
Well, the only comedy T-shirt I wore was that. Do you remember when we first did the first in the quizzing? And I bought one of those T-shirts that was like a tuxedo.
Yeah, but that's not really a comedy T-shirt. Like. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. The first ever gaming expo I went to, I think I was 16 or 17, maybe 16. I came home with a joystick T-shirt that said "Waggle my joystick" underneath. My brother laughed at me when I wore it, and I never wore it again.
Did he call you a loser?
No, he said, pointed and laughed as if I was a complete bellend, and he was right. I mean, who goes around wearing a T-shirt that says "Waggle my joystick" on it? I can't imagine you in a comedy T-shirt.
I don't generally wear them. I mean, one of the best T-shirts I ever bought was for Chen actually, but she refuses to wear it.
What, the one with her face on it printed loads?
No, there was that one. That was brilliant. I love that T-shirt, and again, she won't wear that. But one of the ones I bought was when I was in Shanghai. There was a T-shirt, and it had a picture of a woman on the front, and then it just had written underneath, "I'm the pretty." And just said, "I am the pretty." And
why has it got? Why is that? Why did it have that underneath it?
Because it's just bad grammar, isn't it? Because you get that all the time. And so I went into the shop and bought it for Jen, but she refuses to wear it. And the reason is she just says people will think that I don't know that it's wrong. You see. So she won't wear it. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, right. Talking about being blipped on the plane. Not sure what the rule was. Right, okay, I think they explained it early on in this film, but I really wasn't, I didn't pick up on it if they did. Right.
Yeah.
So did they age when they blipped? How does it work?
They didn't age when they blipped, that's the thing.
So they went away, everyone else aged 5 years, and then they come back.
Exactly, yeah.
But one of the ones that have blipped, what was his name? The sort of mean guy in this?
No, he hadn't blipped, that's the whole point.
Oh, they lied about him being blipped.
Yeah. And, which one are you talking about?
The mean one that keeps going, Peter Parker. He said, he was always nice about Spider-Man, and then instantly turns around and calls Peter Parker a dick in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. He had. Yeah.
He blipped, but he looked the same age as everyone else.
Because all of those people had as well.
Oh, they fucking had as well, hadn't they?
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So MJ blipped?
Yes. All of those people, basically all of those people blipped, and the only one who hadn't was, I thought you meant the guy that kept on taking photos of him and stuff.
Yeah, what an idiot, because I was sitting there going, but he hadn't blipped, so the one that was taking photos, that's why he looks older than everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh my God, what an idiot. Yeah, do you know why that screwed up in my head? Do you know why that screwed up in my head? Mm-hmm. I'd forgotten that Spider-Man blipped.
He did, yeah.
I was sitting there going, well, Spider-Man didn't go away. Yes, he did.
That's like one of the emotional beats of
I know.
Infinity War,
I had 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I don't want to go. And all that. It was brilliant, all that. You know?
Ha ha ha. Teacher saying his wife pretended to blip out and run off with someone. They're having some fun with the concept. I like that. Because, you know, the last film we saw, Endgame, took that stuff so seriously, and you know that was like good.
Support groups and all that kind of thing.
Support groups. It was all a very serious thing, and people they showed like the what it did to Hawkeye and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Right here, it's just like, wasn't it funny when everyone fucked off for a bit?
Like, this is a comedy opportunity. You know, it's just
I quite like that actually. Ned getting a girlfriend. Go on, lad, is what I've written down there. Plenty of location shots here in Italy. Tax breaks, James?
I don't know, presumably.
I mean, I put... I only just noticed that this is the guy from Curb as well. I love him. I hope he says fuck a lot. He's not said it yet, but hopefully there's more to come.
This is what I said to Chen when we were watching it. I was saying, like, you know, if I was Tom Holland, let's say, I'd just say to that guy, please, can you just be in that character as we're doing this? You know?
But what's his name? Oh, God, what is his name? He's fucking brilliant. You look up his name. There is a moment where he turns into that character very briefly, though, right? Because he takes Spider-Man aside and says that to him, and I was like, there he is. There's my main man. The only difference is he didn't swear 8 times in that sentence. Okay. This bit of the film is well weird. It's just lots of location shots and needless comedy bits. The bit where he drops the camera in the and re-establishing things we already knew. Okay, that guy seems to be going out with MJ, and you know Peter Parker is not happy about it. And there was just this whole. It was only about 3 minutes long, but it was like, what are we doing here? Why are we spending time just looking at like little clips of Italy? And people like doing slapstick stuff, and then
it's establishing stuff, isn't it?
But stuff was already established, and this isn't a short film either. This is like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So they could have chopped this stuff down, I thought. Anyway,
I don't know. I think they were trying to establish like the child nature of this, or like the teenage nature of the whole thing.
I guess they're definitely going for that school trip vibe, aren't they? And with these films, just like the last one, it was like a teen drama comedy thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going for, and they felt they needed to do that here. I don't think they did, because I think they more than made up for that stuff in other areas, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It didn't need the fucking establishing shit. Right, anyway. Water rising now. Shark? No. Big water man. Here we go. Hopping over those wooden poles, you can see why he played Nathan Drake.
Yeah. Although also, apparently, he said that he wished that he'd listened to the stuntman's advice and worn shin pads, because he whacked himself quite a few times.
Yeah, like he missed it and then cracked his shin. Why wouldn't you wear shin pads?
Don't know. Probably thought it was better than that.
So a stuntman, professional, said, Tom, wear shin pads because you're going to hurt yourself.
And he went, fine.
Nah.
I can totally believe that, because that's the kind of thing Asher would do. He's just like that. Seriously.
Really? Why?
When he plays football, he's like that. It's like sometimes
they won't let you play unless you're wearing shin pads, are they?
Sometimes he just lies and says that he's wearing them, even though he clearly isn't. It's like he's just like, I don't like them, and and then he gets kicked a lot, and then he's just like, oh, that hurts. And I told you.
See, Harry's the opposite. Harry's like, I gotta wear shin pads because the professionals wear shin pads. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what he's just like fully focused on becoming a professional footballer, and I haven't got the heart to tell him. It's not going to happen for you.
It might still happen.
Might still happen, right? Fishbowl Ed shows up and seems to use some Doctor Strange powers on Waterboy.
Yeah.
Because he's got very similar. There was symbols and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's all that sort of like swirling around.
There was a lot of swirling around, mate. Spider-Man in a jester's mask. I liked all that. So Spider-Man was trying to get involved. He didn't really need his help. Harry is furious that he left his suit at the hotel. So at this point, so he's in the jester's mask, and he's going like, Harry's going, well, why has he left the suit in the hotel? And Joe was like, well, he didn't want to be Spider-Man on this. He's put it there for emergency, but he didn't want to carry it around with him everywhere. Why not? Well, because he doesn't want to. Like, he wants a break from being Spider-Man. This is supposed to be his break, and he wanted to be a normal. But he's Spider-Man. Why would he leave it in the hotel? You at least have it on you. We're going, Harry, calm down.
Sometimes you just want to have a night off. You know.
You're not Spider-Man, James. There's a difference. Right, okay. I could watch Spider-Man smashing his head on a bell all day. So this is the bit where what does it happen twice?
Yeah, because he's trying to stop that tower from collapsing, and then just it all goes wrong.
I can watch that. If the whole film was just him smashing his head on bells, I'd be up for that. I'm having an argument with Joe now whether he's called Fishbowl Head or Snow Globe Face. So that was Joe was Snow Globe Face, and I was Fishbowl Head. That comes back to haunt us later on. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Mysterio. Oh, I've heard that somewhere before. No idea where, but that's a big character, right?
Yes, it is, yeah.
We need to talk about Mysterio a little bit later in this film. Another stupid entrance from Nick Fury. He is the king of shit entrances. Absolutely no need to break into his hotel room and drug a kid to talk to Spider-Man.
As soon as I saw that, I thought, I bet Dave's loving this.
Absolutely no need for that. Does anyone turn around and go, Nick, I mean, wait in the lobby when Peter Parker goes, oh, Peter, can I have a word, please? Because you've been avoiding my calls. Can I quickly have a word? No. Instead, like, does he think that people are going to go as Nick Fury? They're not, are they?
No. I mean, then also, I did love that whole sequence of just like, like the way he shot Ned, and then he was just like getting ready, and then people kept on knocking.
Yeah,
on the door.
I've got that. This scene with people knocking on the door while Fury tries to talk is pretty damn funny. Yeah, I like that. This is the film where Fury gets mugged off the most. In fact, I don't think he's mugged off at all in any other film, right? He's always...
he's constant in this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just every scene he's getting mugged off.
Yeah, he's totally getting mugged. He's the C-3PO of this film, I think. Which I quite like because, he's been such a serious character for so long.
Yeah.
And there's all this, I suppose the only other mugging off was the cat scratching his eye. But other than that, like, he's been pretty well respected. And in this, he's a total mug.
But then also, I think that there's a point of that as well. Because obviously there's a point of that because we find out later. But it's also it's this sort of like this is a break from after Endgame with the Avengers as well.
Yes,
like things are not going to be the same. You're not going to have like him giving missions to Spider-Man and stuff because that's done.
Yeah, it is all done. But someone does have to turn around and go, okay, what authority have you got to drug a child?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? What? Sorry, Nick. You can't go around drugging children. Like, that's not something you should be able to do.
He'll wake up. It's fine.
No, that's not how it works, James. You cannot chemically drug a child. Like, that's not allowed, right?
I know. It's not ideal, obviously.
No, but, it's not. It's not ideal, James. That's fucking out of order. Can we agree that?
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you trying to defend Nick Fury?
Well, it's expedience, isn't it?
What does that mean?
He's got a lot to do.
Okay. It scares me that you think that's okay. Right.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's not okay, but it's understandable that you wanted to get straight to the point.
No, it isn't. They're not understandable at all.
And Ned's really annoying as well.
Ned is a bit annoying, actually, especially in this film.
Yeah.
Was he? I still like Ned a little bit. I still like him a little bit. Right, okay. Did Fury just call that bloke Mr. Vec?
Mr. Vec? I don't think so.
He did. He said something like, "Oh, that's Mr. Vec," or is it Beck? What's Walterio?
It's Beck. Yeah.
What? Walterio, Mysterios. What's That's someone I work with. What's Mysterio's real name?
Quentin Beck.
Beck, right? Okay,
yeah.
Beck. Okay, fine. Quentin Beck. So he introduced himself as Quentin. Okay, here comes Quentin. Quentin.
Yes.
Quentin. Okay, here comes the multiverse chat. Right, so this is where they start introducing the idea of multiverse, and apparently Quentin Beck has travelled from his universe to this one, and in his universe, Earth had been destroyed by the elementals. But honestly, they seem more like the Power Rangers. Again, we'll come back to that. Yep. Right, here's a great line. I'm just a friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man. Bitch, please, you've been to space. I mean, as mugged off as Nick Fury was in this, that's the most Samuel L. Jackson line we've heard in all of the MCU.
Definitely,
It's so good the way he just come out with it. I was barely laughing. Fury letting him go back to the hotel. That bit was weird. Something's up. Right, so this is when he said, look, we need you to help us beat the elementals. Spider-Man says, no, I don't want to. I don't want nothing to do this. I'm the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I ain't doing this shit. And then they just let him go. Of course, they don't just let him go. But anyway, Fury hijacking the school trip. So that was a great moment where they'll walk out and they see that member of the team by the bus.
Who's just like, I know, he's like an assassin. Yeah. And like clearly looks like an assassin as well.
I know. They absolutely nail the stupid shit in this film. It really, really works, I think. Yeah. But really liking this so far. The comedy has been a big improvement over the last Spider-Man film. Mm-hmm. Parker puts on the Google Glass. Let's see how fucking batshit this UI is. Yep, that's it. Just look at someone, it brings up a whole profile on them. Fuck that. So this is when he gets, what's it called? Edith.
It's Edith, yeah.
Right. What's the acronym comes up at some point?
It's the even in death I'm the hero. And it's,
okay. Yeah, that's right. So these are the glasses left to him from Tony Stark. Okay. Yeah. Photo taken of Peter with his pants down. He accidentally set a drone to kill him. So this is where he's trying to get the photo off of that guy's phone. And he accidentally sets the drones to come and kill him. Funny, I like that stuff. Fine. Love that bit. It's the right side of stupid. So this was the whole, he was trying to stop the drone from killing that guy while being Spider-Man, but also trying to avoid anyone seeing him be Spider-Man, right? Yeah. So he goes, oh, look at the mountain goats, and then jumps up and all that stuff. Stupid shit. Love it. We were really enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Now we're in Prague. My name is Mysterio. Okay, that was weird. I guess that's a reference or something that I didn't get. Yeah, what was this?
Okay, so what this was it was because, it was the Italian news calling the Man of Mystery.
That's right.
And then one of the other kids was like, oh, it's Mysterio. And then like Peter heard it. And then when he met with Fury and Quentin Beck and all that, like in that room just before this, and then he called him Mysterio at that point.
Yeah, and he said something like, no, I'm not Mysterio or something.
Yeah. And then obviously he's taken on that as being like, oh yeah, maybe I can be Mysterio.
Oh, right. So he's right. Okay. So he wasn't called Mysterio at that point, but he took that name.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That was weird. I really didn't get that. It didn't really work, I don't think. But anyway, don't matter. Carnival time. Did I see someone dressed as Groot at the carnival, James?
You may well have done, but I missed that.
Oh, right. I think it was right at the start when it goes down at the first time. I thought I saw Groot walk past, but I could be wrong. Here comes Fireman. The fight against Fireman is fucking great. It looks so fantastic, is what I've written. It really did look good, all this fighting stuff. Mysterio sacrifices himself, flies into Fireman, and he explodes. Oh, okay. Yeah, he totally should have done that last time, right? Because this is what he said. So he goes, I mean, this is all explained, obviously, but at the time I didn't know. There's a bit where he goes, I'm doing what I should have done last time. And then he flows directly into the centre of the fire thing. It explodes. He's absolutely fine, completely unhurt. And I was thinking, you should have done that in your own universe, mate. You absolutely balls that up. But obviously... Right, this is where I get suspicious. Something's up, right? Mysterio is way too much of a nice guy. He's up to something and will turn, I reckon. Or maybe not. They're lining Mysterio up to be the next Iron Man. If that's what if that's where they're going, then this sort of makes sense.
Wow, okay. So
maybe hold on. Okay. Maybe he will still turn. Honestly, I'm spending most of my time trying to work out where this film is going. So at this point, I kept going, he's definitely a bad guy. No, they're making it too obvious that he's a bad guy, so he's actually going to be good. But there are these weird comments where I'm like, no, that's too much of a nice thing to say, so he's definitely going to be a bad guy then. Yeah. Basically, I got my head in a twist because the twist was so obvious.
Yeah, that you thought it can't be the twist.
I thought it can't be the twist. Right?
Especially, like when he's putting the glasses on, it's like, he looks like Tony Stark. Yeah, he's got the whole thing. It's like so obvious.
You're right. It wasn't... Yeah, sorry, I was just having a drink. It's really hot, James. Because I didn't... When I talk about the twist, It's not like how it was. The twist for me was whether he was good or bad, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't see what was coming and how he did everything, but at the time, I'm thinking there's no way he's a good guy, and then I was thinking they're making so obvious that he's going to be a bad guy. That, you know, it was like I was second guessing everything at this point. But then, thankfully, just as I was getting like annoyed with myself, they actually reveal everything. Okay, okay. What was that all about? In quotes. See, that wasn't too hard. Yeah, he's totally a baddie. Ooh, they're all his staff. Right, so this is the scene in the bar. This was so ridiculous that I liked it.
Yeah,
I shouldn't like this.
It is completely absurd.
I shouldn't like this scene
because and everything peels away, and it's just like, how has that happened?
Yeah, it's like, so cheesy, and also the flashbacks of like some of the characters. They didn't even make them interesting. They were just like, oh, he's in the background of this bit. Where you've sort of copied and pasted him into that scene.
But that's what was kind of good about that. Like, no, those people were in those. Like, originally.
Yeah, but Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Obviously,
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. So it says, this reminds me of the Bill Burr bit about Steve Jobs. Have you ever heard that?
No, what's that?
Right, Bill Burr, comedian, he does this whole thing about Steve Jobs and how he said, I don't agree he is a genius. Everyone thinks he's a genius. He's not a fucking genius. He goes, he walked into a room once and went, right, I want to be able to put my entire library of music into something this big. Get on it. It's like the geniuses are the fucking people that actually did the work. When he goes on stage, why doesn't he have like his whole team standing behind him so they can get some of the applause? So he does this whole thing about I'll send it to you, but it's fucking brilliant. Like he's one of my favourite lines in that whole skit is like he enters a room with all his workers in it. He's eating something pretentious like a fucking pear. Such a good line. But anyway, this is exactly what this scene was, because these were all the people that worked for Tony Stark that didn't get any credit and got pissed off with Tony Stark, right? That's the setup.
That's one of the things I've got written down here. Is
do you want a break? Are you all right?
Yeah, sorry, I just had a terrible coughing fit because of the pear line. Oh, man.
It's good, isn't it?
I genuinely nearly passed out then.
You're all right. Take a breather.
Oh, the pear thing really just... Oh,
it's such a good line, man. Bill Burr's great. Okay.
But yeah, going back to it, I mean, this is one of the things I wrote down was, Tony really did piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, of course he did.
There's so many of these enemies that keep coming out of the shadows.
You don't get to be that arrogant without pissing off a lot of people. Yeah. I should know. Right, okay. Oh, I love this. They're using actors from the older films too. Love this. Right, so yeah, they were showing scenes and they used actors from... I wonder if they must have, right? There must have been someone out there that went, oh, that's that guy from Iron Man 2.
Oh, definitely there would be.
Do you know what I mean?
Be somebody who's like, and who also knows that guy's entire backstory, even though there wasn't any like before.
Yeah. Not really sure how he got his powers, but and all that, but this is good. Right, okay. Right, so everything's holograms. Of course, I was supposed to know this by now, I think. With the whole Stark thing.
I don't think so. With the Stark stuff, it becomes clearer, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think I was supposed to work that out from, when they went back to him seeing himself as a kid?
Yeah.
You know that scene?
Yeah, you mean when Stark saw himself as a kid?
Yeah, when Stark saw himself. I think that was when I was supposed to know that they were using holograms, but I didn't know it until just like about a minute later when we saw all the holograms. But anyway, also MJ knows he's Spider-Man now, right? So that was a little plot reveal, which becomes completely irrelevant by the end of the film, but that's fine. Yeah. I really like this setup. I'd love to know more about Mysterio and his character in the comics and that. Is this another thing that people got pissed off about?
It's not, no, because this is one of the things that he was. Because
oh, really?
The original thing was that he was a special effects person, and that's where it all came from. That, he was supposed to be a movie special effects artist and a stuntman.
What, that was from the comics?
Yeah, it was from. I can tell you the number as well because I looked this up. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 13. Yeah, he was a
shit! So if you were a fan of the comics and you went to see this.
Yeah.
The moment you saw Mysterio, you're going, he's faking it all with...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you'd know that.
Oh, wow, that sucks, I guess, but then I don't care because I didn't know. Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool direction to take it.
No, it was. It was. But no. But the thing is, we know that because of this. But then it could. This is not. There are so many different stories and so many different origin stories.
Yeah,
this
true.
could be in a different one. It could have been something else.
I suppose so. But like so watching this, like I love the fact that he wasn't a villain. Mm-hmm. Really, I mean, he was. He's a fucking arsehole, but like.
Yeah, he's not he's not a super villain in the sense that he's like got special powers and all that kind of thing.
Like even Spider-Man says of it, he's just some bloke. Like it's fine. The only power that he's got are those glasses. They're the only thing that gives him power,
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now in Berlin, Fury's here too, because of course he is. Like it's just everywhere. All this AR tech is kicking off. The whole building is faked. Fury got shot. Okay, they've taken this AR stuff to a new level. Is it AR, or has it also got something to do with the green smoke that comes out of him? It had nothing to do with the green smoke that comes out of him.
It was not, no.
Mysterio, we'll get back to this. Mysterio is to AR what Molyneux was to Connect. It's just a load of old bullshit, really, wasn't it?
It was. The entire thing was bullshit, like all of it.
We'll get to the AR stuff because I've got a line specifically on it. Right, okay. It is a snow globe. Fair play, Joe. So this is the bit where Spider-Man is in a snow globe and it zooms out and it's Mysterio's head. Yeah. And I was like, I've been calling him Fishbowl Head all day, and then Joe's been calling him Snow Globe, and a little face when his head turned into a snow globe. I was furious. Fury shoots Mysterio in the back. Where on earth is this film going? I've got absolutely no idea. What? Mysterio totally done me with his Fury fake out too. Fair play, he's the new Loki. How many times did Loki trick me? Now I've got Mysterio. I'm just really gullible, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've got the capacity to think 5 seconds in the future with these things. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's happened on the screen. And I'm like, oh my God.
And this happens so many times as well in this film as well. It's just like all the time it happens.
I know. I think I get done again by this film. It's fucking film. Right, okay. Well, I mean, do you remember seeing this for the first time?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Were you going through the emotional roller coaster as well?
Yeah, definitely. Because I was especially with that whole thing in that warehouse where you're just like, what is going on? This is just...
Yeah. I mean, it's wild, but really cool. Like, they managed to do the crazy visual effects from Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
While still keeping it relatively grounded. You know, because as I said, Doctor Strange at times just looked like a fucking desktop wallpaper, desktop screensaver. Whereas this, like, it felt relatively grounded, made sense, and it looked amazing in places. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was really, really well done, I thought. Although I do have one gripe with it, and we'll get to that. Parker hit by train, survives and climbs in. Okay, fine. Wakes up in jail with Neverland fans. Right? How did he get from the train to jail?
Well, he was on, I don't know, he must have just been picked up and then just dumped in. I mean, why would you put him in a prison? Surely you'd think... wait a minute, no.
Been hit by a train.
Well, no, because they didn't know he'd been hit by a train because he was on the train. So they must have
he was covered in blood and shit.
There you go, look. He was on the train because he got on the train. We saw that happen.
Right.
But he didn't have a ticket.
Didn't have a ticket, did he, James?
That's what it was, yeah.
Didn't have a ticket.
And that was an ice train as well. So definitely he'd have been in trouble.
Arrested. Yeah, fair play. Happy shows up and chooses to tell about Parker. Right, this is... Right. All right, okay. This is what I've got written down, and I've just worked out what I was trying to say. Happy shows up and chooses to tell about Parker watching a Bluey in Germany because he's to prove it was him. So so this is I've missed a bunch of stuff out here. Parker breaks out of the jail. He then goes, this is the bit where he uses the phone. He goes, can I borrow your phone? And they go, yeah, of course, yeah. It's like, people in Holland are like, people in the Netherlands are like way too friendly. And then he rings up Happy Hogan, who turns up in a spaceship. And to prove that it's Happy Hogan, because he's going through this like crazy freak out about nothing being real, he tells him about Peter Parker watching an adult film in Germany, which is quite funny considering what happens in Germany. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's the nasty guy? Who's the bully guy in this film?
You mean which one?
Flash, is it?
Yeah, Flash.
Yeah. When he's on TikTok. And he goes, and he's in London, and he goes, hello, governor, cup of tea for you. It made me laugh a lot. Stuff like that. We're back in London. Tax breaks, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
After the, in quotes, stop taking photos of people in the bathroom bit. Right, that was quite good. So that's when the class sort of turn on that older kid, right?
Yeah.
And the teacher goes, look, you got to, this is it. This is the bit where the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm gets to be his character a little bit. It's like, listen, do that's weird. That's really weird. You have to sort that out. I was like, yes.
You got to stop doing that.
The kids get on the bus with the bad guy, right? We're loving the fact that the Shard and Tower Bridge is in this. Don't ask why. Yeah, that was very strange. I think because that's the area of London we're most familiar with, right? Where we love the Shard, we love Tower Bridge, we love all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's like the Tower of London there as well.
Yeah, so like being in London, being in these films we've seen like loads of times before. But for some reason, this was the film where we're like, oh my God, it's so good that he's just on Tower Bridge. Look, and they're climbing up. Like Nick Fury standing at the top of the Shard. We were like, we've been up there. I don't know.
See, I had that moment actually, when they were fighting outside like the Tower of London. Yeah. And I was like, I was there about two weeks ago. I was standing there.
You would have had a meltdown if they were having a fight in Canterbury, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Don't do that.
Right, okay. Something about Nick Fury and a surfboard. Oh, it's a coded message. Yeah, I didn't really get that bit.
No, it's because, so Happy knew, obviously, what was going on, and he was trying to explain to Nick Fury without, alerting, Mysterio as to that he knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was trying to be cryptic.
Right, he was trying to be cryptic, but it wasn't even Nick Fury anyway, so...
No, it wasn't, but yeah.
I love the Peter Tingle gag. It makes me laugh every time spoken about that. Has anyone counted up how many new suits each superhero has had in these films?
No, but I think there's 4 in this one. He has
4 in this?
Yeah.
So
including the last one that he designs himself.
Yeah, so he gets the one that he designs himself, which is silly because surely the Tony Stark one was the best one, right?
Yeah, but this is still all Stark one, isn't it? It's all Stark technology that he's using to do this.
So the black one with the goggles and the balaclava and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember the others actually, but I remember seeing a bunch of suits in this and going, that was in the Spider-Man game that I played. Mm-hmm. So obviously they put a load of those suits into that Spider-Man game, right?
Yeah, it was when when he was flicking through the different suit desigons, and it's like you look at them, you're like, yep, they're all from the game.
Oh, really?
Those are from the game. Okay. Yeah. There's also another bit which is from the game as well. Which we can talk about later.
Really?
Yeah. When he's right at the end when he's swinging through New York, and he does like a selfie with the phone.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the same one as from the PS4.
Yeah, you can do you can do a selfie. Yeah. I think. Yeah, right. Okay. Has anyone counted up? Right. Okay, we spoke about that. Yeah, I reckon only Tony Stark has had more suits than him, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And he's only had 2 of his own films. That's crazy. Right. How is he picking up a bus and making it explode with AR, James?
Who? What? You mean Mysterio?
Yeah.
Well, he's not. It's the drones that are doing that.
Right. Okay. So this is where I'm going to get to.
I know. This is the thing I thought you were going to have problems with.
And making the wind go mad.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to just say drones?
No, because the wind going mad. The wind isn't going mad. That's all just that's just visual effects.
But their hair was going crazy in the wind.
That's the drones making.
Right. Okay.
Happen.
So wait.
Look, visual stuff is special effects, and then anything physical is the drones.
James, you completely changed what it was in 2 feet. You said the wind wasn't going mad; it just looked like it was going mad with visual effects. But their hair was going mad. Yeah, that was the drones. What was it?
Okay, that was badly explained. Okay, anything visual is the special effects. Anything physical is the drones making it happen. The drones. No, it's the drones making it happen. Yeah. That's what's going on.
It's bollocks, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is. This is the main problem I had with the whole film. Is it's like the things that were going on, like all the explosions and stuff. Yeah, sure, you can believe that, but there's a lot of things which are like much more like detailed than that. That there's no way that drones could have done that. It's
no. The wind is the worst bit. The wind is the worst bit, right? Like picking up a fucking bus and making it explode with drones is bollocks enough, right?
Yeah.
But the wind is the worst because I remember thinking this is all visual effects and drones, right?
Yeah.
But how is everyone like struggling against wind? Like I don't get that.
Drones did it.
Drones did not do it. Yeah. Drones did
maybe
not.
Maybe the drones have got like loads of no. Didn't the drones have that power that like shot out like sound waves or something.
James.
Oh, so maybe they got like hair dryers.
Why can't you just go? No, it was bollocks. That was bollocks.
No, I'm agreeing it was bollocks, but that's the answer would be drones did it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, they call the elementals the Power Rangers. Amazing. So after me pointing that out right at the start of the film, there was a line about how the elementals were the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is going inside and seeing all of the drones. So this is where he goes inside the monster and he sees all the drones doing their bit. As bullshit as this all is, it looks great and it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Beefy is shooting the drone now. We're absolutely loving this.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha. Great gag with Happy trying to chuck the shield like Captain America.
Yeah.
Did you not like that bit?
No.
What?
No one could do it like Cap.
Oh, yeah, but that's the point, isn't it? No one could do it like Cap. He was rubbish. He threw it. Just went, how does Cap even do this? That made us laugh. Spider-Man versus the drones. This is excellent action, proper fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Right, okay. Happy. This was a weird bit where Happy Hogan and a bunch of the kids was in like Tower. They were in Tower Bridge, right?
No, they're in the Tower of London.
They were in the Tower of London, and they're waiting for the drones to arrive.
Yeah, they're going to be attacked.
They're emitting stuff, and then Happy goes that he's in love with Spider-Man's aunt.
Like, and then he's like, I thought we were sharing.
Spider-Man now using Tower Bridge sign as a fucking shield. Visit London, please, is what I've written in big bold letters for some reason. Oh my god, Peter uses his tingle like Luke does with the Force. Here we go. So so what happens? So that's right.
He's on that. He's on.
I love the fact. I love the fact that it got to the point where it's like, how do I beat Mysterio? And the answer was, close my eyes.
Yep. Basically, yeah. It's like, just use your Peter tingle.
This is it, isn't it? So I've put, fucking great. So that's, this is what it's all built up to. This film is Spider-Man working out how to use his Spidey sense.
Yes.
That's it. This is the film, right? Yeah. I love that. When it all came together and I went, that's what this film's about. He's just mastered a new superpower.
Yeah, like, he's learning to like believe, himself and all that kind of thing, and that he can do that.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's learned like this actually has progression in this film. Like it actually feels like it started somewhere and it ended somewhere on a number of levels, accepting Tony Stark's death, understanding his own abilities, learning something new, and relationships change in this film. Yeah. Like real progression in this film, and there's not enough of that in these films, in my opinion. And I think,
not in some of them. In some of them there is, but
some of them there's a massive amount. But like, there's a hell of a lot of them where you go, nothing's changed.
Yeah,
and I get a feeling
with Captain Marvel, wasn't it?
I get a feeling that a lot of those films are like that because they're worried about changing too much, because if they do, what the fuck do they do next? It's all got to be incorporated.
Aside from Hulk, who went through about 1 million changes.
They just changed him every week.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's a comedy character. Now he's really serious. Right, okay. Mysterio's dead, I think. I really like MJ. In fact, this is the best couple we've seen in any of these films.
Yeah, because it's touching and it's also
really nice moment. Yeah. Really suited the two of them. Didn't feel forced like it did with, say, Thor and Jane, or even to some extent. I mean, the better ones, Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, was okay, but even then it was still a bit much.
Yeah, because it was still that kind of like, well, this is inevitably got to happen, and even though he's an arsehole.
Partly inevitably got to happen. I hate it when they go, they hate each other. They can't stand each other. They're in love. I hate that. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be that way, and this proves that. Right, this relationship is easily my favourite in any of the films.
She is also one of the most interesting people as well. I think
she's brilliant. Yeah, I really like MJ in this. Fury's ego being hurt by Parker not being too bothered about him. There was another scene where he gets mugged off by Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Sad moment where the rich kid doesn't have his mum to pick him up. That's what's his name, Flash.
Yeah. It's like, could mother not come?
Yeah, that was like, what really explained, was it that? It was just, Like,
I think because it is that kind of like, he's an arsehole, but he's also got his own problems, clearly.
Yeah, I know, but like it was a bit slung in there, wasn't it?
Do you know? I'll tell you what though. I had a moment with this because I was watching this back with Chen this morning.
Yeah.
This the second half, and then it got to the bit where it's like, oh, it's Newark Airport, and I was like, Chen, we've been there. Like we were there like this time, and she was like, yeah. Looked it up. Turns out it wasn't actually Newark Airport. It was Stansted. and what they've done is they filmed
You've been
it
there
at
as
Stansted
well.
Airport. Yeah, I know, but it's not the same, is it? And they filmed it at Stansted Airport and then just tried to make it look American.
That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, no, but going back to the Flash thing, it's a bit weird. It's like he's an arsehole all the way through, but his mum ain't picked him up. Like, what are we supposed to do with that, Marvel? Like, what are we supposed to think? Oh, good. Or, oh, it's all right, he's an arsehole to everyone because his mum doesn't pick him up. Don't worry.
I mean, in another 15 films' time, it'll probably have some major significance.
We'll find out what happens to his mum that day. Okay, back in New York, discussion with Happy and May. So this is where he's sitting them down on the sofa, then just fucking about in the city. So this is where he's like dicking about in the city, and then he picks up MJ, and then he goes back to fucking about in the city, is what I've written. End. Fantastic film, way better than the first Spider-Man film. I loved it. Yeah. Harry gave it 8 out of 10. Favourite bit? Favourite bit? Don't know, not sure. What? I'm not sure. I don't know. I seriously don't know. It's so hard to choose. Right, that's what Harry had to say. Mid-credit scene. Mysterio setting up Spider-Man as a bad guy. Yeah. Oh my god, he exposes Peter Parker. Wow. That was fucking great.
I know, and that was also like, it's like J. Jonah Jameson. You obviously because you played the games. So he's a major character as well.
Yes. So you're talking about the guy that's
yeah, and it's the same actor as well that like did it in the other Spider-Man films. That's what people were like pumped about because he was in all the other Spider-Man ones. Yeah.
But, post-credit scene was Nick Fury and his mate. What the fuck? They're Kree. Yeah. Fury was using them. So where is he? Oh, he's on the Marvel ship. So now that we reveal that Nick Fury is controlling things from Marvel's ship above, just about outside of like Earth's orbit, right? Mm-hmm. Or Earth's atmosphere or whatever. So he's on it. Yeah, he's not on Earth, and he's using the two Kree to shapeshift or whatever. Fine, that was quite good.
That is a major thing though.
Okay, we'll get back to that. Yeah. The Mysterio stuff, I think, at the end was absolutely fantastic. Mm-hmm. Really, really good. I like just a real sort of a lot of shit happened, but overall, I thought this was brilliant. This film, like, really high up the list for me. I thought,
really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was well acted. I thought the comedy worked way better than it did in the first film.
Yeah.
I thought the bad guy was better than than in the first Spider-Man film. I do.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I mean, he's a much more interesting character, I think. Like, and also
absolutely. And I mean, it was nonsense. Like the drone stuff was bollocks, and the projection stuff was bollocks. But who cares really when it's creating this much of an effect? Like, it looks great. These things, everything looked absolutely fantastic, and the battle sequences were absolutely stunning to watch. So yeah, I was fully on board with this. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm not massively surprised, but actually, no, I am surprised because I wasn't sure if you'd like this or not. Because I think partly because we've come off Endgame and it was a bit kind of like, oh, we've done so many of these now. Like that was like what, episode 23 or whatever. And I know you were getting like to the end of it a bit, and I was just thinking, I'm not sure if you're going to dig this or not. Like, what are you going to think of it? But maybe it's kind of like, I think this was a good way actually to end like this, like phase 3, because it's kind of like
phase 3,
yeah, because it is. I mean, people say it's like an epilogue, basically for Endgame, of like you get a little bit of like what happens post, like these huge events happening and everything, and a hint towards what the future could be, in sense of like who the Avengers could be and all that kind of stuff.
How do you mean?
Well, like with the idea that Peter Parker is kind of taking over from Iron Man to a degree.
Yeah, and it seems like Nick Fury is still up for the idea of creating a team, clearly. So he clearly wants to do something, but right now we don't know what. Right, so what's significant? What stuff have you got to tell me that we haven't covered?
Well, the stuff with Talos, the Kree guy, impersonating it, I mean, that has driven, fans mad, that whole thing, in terms of, theories and all that kind of stuff. Because one of the theories is that he's been impersonating Nick Fury for, a long time. A very, very long time. Yeah. And the biggest hint to one of them is that actually, do you remember Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
That he was actually, that wasn't Nick Fury, that was actually Talos then. And the reason for that, this is crazy, is because in the film, he told, so in the Captain Marvel film, Fury tells Captain Marvel that he despises having diagonally cut toast. But in Avengers Age of Ultron, he's eating diagonally cut toast.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. And
I love that.
And that's the hint towards, that's the...
Because that was a very weird line.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening then. They've totally done that for a reason.
Yeah. So there's reasons for all of these sorts of stuff. So that's one of the things is that that Talos has been impersonating him, but with his like you said, can you do that while I go off and deal with all this like cosmic Avengers stuff?
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So, who died? Who blipped?
That's a good point. Actually, that is a good point. It must have been Talos at that point, or it may not have been. It may be when Nick was down, on the planet.
Yeah, maybe they'd been swapping.
Yeah.
Doing a couple of weeks here and there.
Yeah. I mean, the only other...
I love that. That's great. I'd never even thought of that. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, yeah.
So that's there's lots and lots of theories that have been brought up because of this. Because you're just thinking... And the thing is there's got to be as well, because otherwise, why would you even do it? What's the point? Unless there's some reason behind it. It'd be really strange, apart from the fact that it helped to drive the plot, with the idea that he's not as good as Nick Fury, like detecting whether people are talking bullshit or whatever. Even though he said he should be because he's a shapeshifter, so he should know this is all, bollocks that was that Quentin Beck was doing.
Okay, I like that. I need to think about that a little bit more. That's good. Okay, anything else?
That's pretty much all I've got. I mean, this was the last. This was the last MCU film that ever got released in China. So there you go.
Oh wow, why is that?
There's not been any others since then. Yeah.
What for? Why?
For various reasons. Usually because there's bits in other films that have upset the censors, and so they just never got released, and that was it.
Yeah. So that's Phase 3 done.
Yeah.
What a massive chunk of film that was.
and also, Phase 3 is it's a really good phase. Like in terms, if you look at it, they're mostly banger after banger. Like they're really good films.
Yeah, there's some really good ones in there. Yeah.
You've had Black Panther and
God, that was good. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok, the Endgame. What was the other one? Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, that was good, man.
Yeah, and Civil War was good as well. Like Captain America.
Civil War was excellent. Yeah.
It was all good.
Yeah, we've had some crackers. Shit. Okay, right. So, where do we go next? Now.
Right. Now, this is the thing.
No, James. This is the thing.
Oh, no. I know what you're going to do now. Oh, okay.
We mentioned early on that there was one Marvel film that you hadn't seen that I had.
That's true, yeah.
Howard the Duck. The 1986, I think it was 86, comedy. Mm-hmm. It's Lucasfilm. It's presented by George Lucas, James. Mm-hmm. We're going to cover that next before we move on to Phase 4.
Yeah. I don't know why we are, but I guess so, because he's in them, isn't he? So
he is in them, and I think it'll be just a nice little break before we get cracking with the other stuff. And also, it'd be nice for you to experience a Marvel film for the first time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only Marvel film that I've seen that you haven't.
Should I? Okay, can I watch this with the family?
I don't know. I've not seen this since I was about 11, I'd say. Like 11 or 12.
What's the age rating on it?
I think it's a PG, but you got to remember, this is 86, and what was PG then is actually...
it's true.
Like, if I was to have a guess, thinking back, I think he's very, very sexist throughout the film.
Right, okay.
And I think...
I don't want to read anything about it.
It's a cigar throughout it. Yeah. So
maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't watch it with. Oh, okay, right.
What is it?
No, I'm just reading.
What? What have you reading? Don't read too much. I
just typed in Howard the Duck age rating, and then the first thing that comes up, it says must be 18 plus or with parents' permission. So it's like, okay, that's strange.
No, I don't. Yeah. I think you're looking at something else there, James.
Okay.
I'll have a look. I'll let you know.
Oh, okay. It was a PG.
Yeah, I thought it was a PG, but even then, I think there's lots of sexism and stuff in it. So.
Oh man, okay, I just saw something that
You just stop looking. What are you doing? Fucking hell! Right.
I just read something about condom.
Okay, can you just close the fucking? Right,
okay, I've done it.
A condom.
Yeah.
I've never heard you say that word before. It's amazing. Right, okay. So we are watching Howard the Duck next, and then we will get cracking with Phase 4. But I need to talk to you quickly.
Cool.
I got a fucking clue what we're doing with Phase 4. Because you look at the Disney listing, and it's like WandaVision next, and then Captain America, the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I think you should do.
Okay.
I think that we should just go. I think because we're not going to do calls about the TV series you're watching, are we? Like we decided not to do that. No, but
like we've got time for us to watch some series and then watch a film and then do the film.
Because that's what I'm thinking we should do. Because I think like from the TV shows that there are, you definitely should watch WandaVision because you need that.
So that come out. So what came out first? What came out immediately after this?
You mean after Far From Home?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was WandaVision. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Because, Vision's dead.
Yeah, I know, but no, don't get into that because it's all part of the whole thing. It's,
okay.
WandaVision, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier came, and then Loki as well.
Right, so we got 3 series to get through. They're not long series.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Like the ones that I think you really need to see. The only one that you really really need to see for the films is WandaVision. I don't think you need to see like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You don't really need to.
I mean, we're going to watch them because like
really?
Harry wants to watch them. Yeah.
I mean, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a bit boring.
Yeah, I heard it's a bit boring, but from you actually.
But Loki's quite good. Though.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely watching Loki because we love Loki. But we will watch WandaVision next. We'll watch WandaVision. They're suitable for kids, right? These things.
We've watched them with the kids, and like WandaVision's fine, I'd say. I wouldn't say there's anything like really nothing worse than you've already seen. Put it that way. You know, like there's nothing as bad as like people exploding and stuff.
Now,
like that.
as I said, I've seen 5 episodes of WandaVision, and I watched it before I even knew what was going on. So I'm sure I'll have a different. And I didn't really see much outside of the comedy episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Because it builds things up like in a big way. I mean, I think what we should do is we do Howard the Duck, and then I think we should then. That sounded terrible, didn't it?
It did.
We'll watch Howard the Duck next.
No, I mean, just the idea is what I laughed at. The fact that we got WandaVision coming up, and you're going to do Howard the Duck. Yeah.
And then maybe I don't know. I mean, do we want to do anything like where after you've seen the series we chat about it or anything at all?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Nah, I mean, I'll refer back to them, I think. There's no point in us doing a whole series because I'm not going to take notes on... I'm going to have
to watch them all over again. I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to do notes on like loads of episodes, am I? So so the next one we'll do is Howard the Duck, and then after that will be...
Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow's next,
Okay. All right, James.
Which Rachel was super excited to see that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. We actually broke a rule.
Really? You watched the trailer, did you?
Imposed rule. Yeah, we watched a trailer for it. And we were like, I am so up for this. If it is 90 minutes of fighting, then I'm good.
Yes.
I'll tell you what we can do now, James. Now we're at the end of Phase 3. I can give you my list.
It's a long old list, though, isn't it?
It is a long old list. From worst to best. And I'm not confident that I haven't missed one out. Mm-hmm. But we'll find out. Also, I've got no idea how to arrange the top 5, I reckon. No, the top 6. They could be in any order, so it gets really tough. But okay, let's go. From worst to best, this is what I've got. The Incredible Hulk.
Fair,
Thor the Dark World.
Yep.
Thor. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
Captain Marvel. Doctor Strange. Ant-Man. Iron Man 1. Iron Man 2, Captain America Winter Soldier. I'm surprised it's that high up.
I'm surprised it's that low down, but go on.
Spider-Man Homecoming, Iron Man 3, Avengers Assemble, Avengers Age of Ultron, Captain America the First Avenger, was it PS? Oh, Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Far From Home. Now we're getting to it. Black Panther.
Yep.
Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, okay.
Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers Infinity War.
Really? That's your top one?
I think so, yeah.
What, even more so than the first Guardians of the Galaxy? Because I know you love that.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
This is the problem. I could have both those Guardians of the Galaxy films above the Avengers films.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think... Like, they didn't feel as epic. I think the epicness of Infinity War and Endgame wins out for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think I had more of a fun time watching Guardians films.
Yeah, but there's more emotional investment in
God, yeah. I mean... And also, I think Infinity War above Endgame, because Endgame is them finishing it, whereas Infinity War was building up to that ending, and it was like, what? Like, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And then and the excitement going into Endgame, although it was brilliant, but that was the end of the excitement, wasn't it? The good guys won, right? The good guys won. So it's like, okay, that's the end.
Yeah, they won, but at a cost.
What cost?
Loads of people died.
No, they didn't. They come back, didn't they? Oh, no, a few people died. Yeah, a few people died. Yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. Is there any surprises there?
Not really. I mean, the only one I still think Captain America: The Winter Soldier will be higher up for me. But
why though? It's not a good film.
It is a good film, David. It is a good film.
What makes it a good film?
It's got the elevator scene.
But right, okay, it's got one scene which was okay.
It was not okay.
That
Come on,
elevator scene.
That was so good. That scene.
Right. Okay. What else? What else? What other good bits? Go on. Do the other good bits.
The bit where he's trying to stop the carriers from. No, he's trying to blow up the carriers. I like that bit.
Remember that.
Yeah.
What about the bit? Okay, if you do that, I'll mention a bullshit bit of that film. Okay, when Nick Fury cuts through the ground and the Winter Soldier doesn't even bother going down after him. Next, name another good bit.
Right, fine. Okay, there's but then also preceding that, you've got a brilliant chase. Okay, and you've got the whole thing with the car. You know,
that was good. That was good.
Smash into the car.
She takes the mesh off her face. She was an old granny for a bit.
Yeah.
Right. Next, go on. You got another one. Let's play Winter Soldier tennis.
Okay, when the Winter Soldier like saves him out of the water and then disappears.
You're going with that, are you?
He does still care. Yeah.
I think out was called by the linesman there. That was rubbish.
Whatever. It's Captain America, man.
The bit where there's another twist. What was the third shit twist? You had Nick Fury cutting the thing. You had the mesh face.
Mm.
Oh, and someone was one of the. Oh, I don't know. Who cares? Right. Okay. We'll catch you. We'll catch. This isn't the show. I will see you later, James.
Enjoy the calls, David.
Enjoy the calls. See you later, man.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.